Prynawn da bawb a chroeso cynnes i'r holl westeion ar yr achlysur nodedig hwn i ddathlu £250 o'r Senedd. Croeso arbennig i ei fawrhydi a'i mawrhydi sydd wedi ymuno ni i nodi sawl carreg filltir yn hanes y lle hwn dros y blynyddoedd. Mae'n arbennig o braf heddi eich gweld mewn iechyd da. Mae'n Senedd yn dra gwahanol i'r hyn yr oedd i pan sefydlwyd Cynulliad Cenedlaethol Cymru yn 1999. Cynulliad oedd hwnnw gyda chyfrifoldeb cyfyngedig a llwybr digon anelwig o'i flaen. Ond gyda'n gilydd a gyda ewyllus pobl Cymru yn ein tywys, mae'r sefydliad yr ydym yn perthyn iddo heddi yn fwy grymus, yn fwy cynrychioladol a'n fwy perthnasol i fywyd ein dinasyddion. In this world of artificial intelligence, I asked it this week for an answer to the question of what is the average age of world parliaments. I wanted to know how far from the average we are in Wales. Despite all we're told of the wonders of AI, I could not get an answer. I was told that the Icelandic Parliament was the oldest at over 800 years old, and that a handful of parliaments came into being in this century, so younger than us. Interestingly, I was given answers to questions I hadn't even asked. The average age of world parliamentarians is 52.5, and our average age here is 48. We're younger than the world average in every sense of the word. But we have reached our silver jubilee. In this, our sixth Senedd, only 4 of us remain from the class of 99. Others from that first assembly are here today too. Elected into that glorious unknown in 1999, in that age of cool Cymru, when Tom Jones and Shirley Bassey sang at our opening concert, when everything seemed possible as we began a new millennium, with our new Parliament in an old country. We'd come to build Wales and change the world, but as with life, we were soon deflated by the mundane and sometimes bizarre, nothing more so than our annual scrutiny of the potatoes originating in Egypt regulations. Those early years demonstrated the inadequacy of our powers and the aspiration to do more. The people of Wales in 2011, by referendum, supported granting primary lawmaking powers to the Senedd, and we have been pioneering and ambitious in the use of those powers, in legislation for organ donation for our future generations and for safe nurse staffing levels. We've been innovative in how we do our politics with coalitions, with cooperation and joint working. We elected the world's first ever gender-balanced parliament in 2003, and we surprised many in our now permanent use of remote participation and voting. We are guided in our work in this chamber by the final words to us of our young late colleague Steffan Lewis, to always say what you believe and to believe what you say. And as we look forward to the next 25 years, our 7th Senedd will have 96 members. This chamber will be different in design and in its capacity to scrutinise, to legislate and to govern on behalf of the people of Wales. Politicians, the class of 99 and the class of today, will come and go. In our time of service, we are merely custodians, as this Senedd is in the permanent and precious ownership of the people of Wales. Ymgarchwyd yn hir gan nifer am y Senedd hon. Mae ei breuddwydio nhw a disgwyliadau pobl Cymru heddi yn pwyso'n drwm ar ynysgwyddau a'n hysbrydoli bob dydd i weithio i wella bywydau bobl a dyfodol ein cenedl. Onwards now to our Golden Jubilee. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Y Prif Weinidog.
Diolch. Your Majesties, Llywydd. 1999 does seem like a lifetime ago. Wales was hosting the Rugby World Cup in the new stadium. The UK was able to witness a solar eclipse. Meanwhile, I was still a student about to graduate from Aberystwyth University. Whilst I was sitting my final exams, another former student of that great Welsh university, another former resident of Pantycelyn Hall of Residence, was addressing the first National Assembly. Your Majesty told members, in the Assembly, the voice of Wales will have its authentic and vigorous expression. In ways not possible before, Welsh minds will be directed to Welsh matters. Indeed, this was the very aim of devolution then, as it is now. Am y tro cyntaf, roedd penderfyniadau ynglŷn â Cymru yn cael ei wneud yng Nghymru. For the first time, decisions affecting Wales were made here in Wales by Assembly members elected by the people of Wales. 25 years on, and devolution has become an established part of the constitutional fabric of the United Kingdom. Here in Wales, it has evolved considerably since those early days. At the opening of the Second Assembly in 2003, Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth said, "It is vital to the health both of the United Kingdom and of Wales that our democratic institutions flourish and adapt." And adapt we have. From the corporate body that was first established to the more classic separation of government and legislature, the move to lawmaking powers and fiscal devolution with the first Welsh taxes for over 800 years, and soon a reformed Senedd, better able to reflect the people that we represent. Today we have, of course, rightly dwelt on the past, but it is even more important that we look to the future. Our hyd is not enough. Beth nesa, the future and what is next must always be our mission. Rhan o her honno yw sicrhau bod ein sefydliad yn adlewyrchu ac yn cynrychioli holl gymunedau Cymru. Fel person di ac arweinydd fy ngwlad, dwi'n gwybod y cyfrifoldeb sydd ger i'r mwyn ag o drysiau I bobl sy'n edrych fel fi. Part of that challenge must be to ensure that our institution reflects and represents all of the communities of Wales. As a black person and the leader of my country, I know the responsibility that I have to open doors for people who look like me to have the same opportunity to serve. I hope the next 25 years will provide more opportunities to others like me that truly matches our talent and the content of our character. Your Majesty has taken a close interest in the devolution journey from the very beginning, and I know that you'll continue to do so. In your speech to the First Assembly, the Cynulliad as it was, you reminded its members that they were pioneers. Some of them are still here, passing on their wealth of knowledge and experience that they have accumulated over the last quarter century. As we move to the next chapter in the history of devolution, I hope those of us here today will continue to pass that experience on to enable this Senedd and those in the future to discharge our responsibility to improve the lives that it is our privilege to serve. Diolch yn fawr.
Your Majesty's presiding officer, guests, fellow members. At this stage now, on a Tuesday, I would normally be having a rant at the First Minister and First Minister's questions. I won't start to do that because what we have here in this chamber is the Welsh Parliament and voted on by the Welsh people. From its initial steps back in 1999 to the brisk walk that it started to undertake in the early noughties, to the sprint with the enhanced powers that it now has, it really has grown into a mature and developed parliament that the people of Wales, time and time again, have indicated they want to see and are proud of. There is always the usual banter, there is always the usual dislike of the politicians, but ultimately this institution over the last 25 years has endeared itself to the fabric and the makeup of Wales. But as the First Minister said in his remarks, nothing should ever be taken for granted, and it is shaping the future that we have to look at. And looking at the presiding officer's wonderful dress, that reminds me of the collage that Wales is. It's a collage of communities, of people, and of pride. And I very much hope that in the next 25 years, that pride and that collage will be on display going forward, so that when people look at this chamber, they see the representatives that they've sent here to speak on their behalf. I thank you, Your Majesties, for coming today. It is a huge privilege for me to stand here as leader of the Conservative group. 25 years ago, I was milking cows. 27 years ago, when the referendum took place, I did not vote for the establishment of this place because I was not interested in politics at that time. But I fully agree that this institution, this Parliament, is now where the beating heart of Welsh democracy lies, and we, in our transition through here, through our brief period, are its guardians sent by the people to make sure that it delivers. Let's hold that guardianship to our hearts. Let's deliver for the people of Wales, and let's develop a democracy here in Wales that we can all be proud of and stand and say we played our own small part in developing it. Thank you.
Mae hi'n fraint ac yn bleser gen inna fel arweinydd grŵp Plaid Cymru i gael deud gair byr i ddathlu chwarter canrif o'r Senedd ag i edrych yn ôl ar daith ein democratiaeth ifanc. Dwi'n fel y prif weinidog am ddechrau drwy adleisio geiriau'r brenin ei hun o 1999 ar achlysur agoriad y cynulliad cenedlaethol. Mae'r corff hwn yn fynegiant o anian Cymru. Yr ysbryd sydd wedi magu gwreiddiau cadarn dros y canrifoedd fel coeden brath. Oedd mi oedd y cynulliad yn newydd. Fel newyddiadurwr ifanc yn y cynulliad hwnnw, mi o'n i'n gallu gwerthfawrogi mor fregus oedd amgylchiadau ei sefydlu. Ond fel Cymro ifanc, mi oedd yr ysbryd o obaith ag uchelgais yn 1999 a'r teimlad o hyder hefyd yn wefreiddiol. Ac mi oedd y tywysog yn hollol iawn i gyfeirio at gadernid y gwreiddiau oedd yn sail i'n cynulliad newydd ag i'n hyder newydd ni. Y gwreiddiau yna sydd wedi'n galluogi ni dros y chwarter canrif diwetha i dyfu, i ddysgu ac i wella'r modd yr ydyn ni'n gwasanaethu pobl Cymru. Heddiw, tra'n ymfalchio wrth edrych yn ôl, yn dyletswydd ni fel gwleidyddion bob un ohono ni, ydy edrych ymlaen a throi yn golygon at greu gwell dyfodol i Gymru. Mi nawn ni hynny drwy herio'n gilydd, drwy ddal i gyfri, ac drwy gydweithio lle mae yna dir cyffredin. Rhaid hau syniadau newydd o hyd a medu'r newidiadau sy'n gallu gwneud gwahaniaeth cadarnhaol a gwirioneddol i fywyda'n dinasyddion. Mi hyrwyddwn ni undod, urddas a chynnydd, a wynebu efo'n gilydd y rhai fydda am yn gweld ni yn gwywo. Achos bod sawl cangen i'r goeden braff hon, mae'r un gwreiddiau yn perthyn i ni gyd. In 2 years' time, this will become an even stronger and an even fairer Parliament, more representative and more able to meet our citizens' aspirations for the future. As we look ahead to the next 25 years and beyond, I hope we can all resolve to pursue those aspirations and continue to nurture our Senedd, our democracy, in a manner which is truly worthy of the people of Wales.
Hoffwn nawr estyn croeso cynnes i'n perfformwyr a performers today are Ffion Fairclough, former Youth Parliament member for Pontypridd, cyn aelod Senedd ieuenctid, Bardd Preswyl, answyddogol y Senedd, a Senedd's unofficial resident poet Aaron Pritchard, Adela Norris Frenhinol, Mared Pugh Evans, the newly appointed Royal Harpist, Mared Pugh Evans, ac enillwyr cystadleuaeth ensemble lleisiol Eisteddfod yr Urdd eleni, Ysgol Treganna Ensemble. They have practiced this week for Prime Ministers and First Ministers. They've gone viral, and then now they will perform to our Senedd and to our royal guests. Ffion.
Y cynulliad Cymreig a chyllell referendwm un gwlad fe roesom ni adeilad y cynulliad yn galon iddi hi. Ei egni cenedlaethol gwir a lifad rwy wythiennau'n tir. Rôl gadael y sefydliad, fe deithiau'r gwaed yn bell a llais holl bobl Cymru a gesglir ym mhob cell. Boed wlad neu ddinas, mawr neu fach, caiff popeth yma driniaeth iach. Mae'n rhaid i ninnau heddiw barchu ei bedwar mir, i sicrhau y fori a fydd yn llewyrch pyr. Cadw'n calon yw ein nod, i giro tra bydd Cymru'n bod.
Senedd-du. Ceiwyro o lwybr carreg dy ofid i hafan a'i gosteg, crisial dihafal o deg a luniwyd fel telyneg. A'i fflinthiau mewn hafnau hallt o'r golwg, daw'r golau sy'n emrallt o dawel, daw i dywallt fel yr haf a'i hael ar wallt. Y mae pain rhwng y meinin o leiach dryloiw, mae ynddi gwrt agored, dired i o'r llwch at gair y llechi. Erys grisiau o groeso, a chlydwch i wlad sydd â'i chyffro i'w glywed yn y glawio ar y teils yn bwrw'r to. Ceirannu'r faled wedyn yn ei siambr yn saff, fel pob crwydryn. Mae'n war ac mae 'na eirin o'th stori amdani'n dyn.
Dros ein gwlad, dros ein pobol, dros ein plant, gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Safwn yn y bwch, gyda'n gobaith yn fflam, mae tan yn ein calon ni. Nail dion rhin fod ferdd na symud yr un cam, cyn ennill ei ryddid hi. Gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Dros ein iaith, dros ein iaith, dros ein gwlad, dros ein gwlad, dros ein pobol, dros ein plant, gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Dros ein iaith, dros ein gwlad, dros ein pobol, dros ein plant. Gyda'n gilydd fe safwn ni. Safwn ni. Safwn ni.
I would like now to invite His Majesty the King to address the Senedd. Follow that.
Everything I can. Llywydd, brif weinidog, aelodau o'r Senedd, boneddigion a boneddigesau. The Queen and I are so delighted to join you today as we mark this significant milestone in our history, the 25th anniversary of Welsh devolution. It is a milestone on a journey which it has been my privilege all my life to share with you. During times which have seen great change, profound sorrow, and tremendous achievement. Through it all, my respect and affection for the people of this ancient land have deepened with every passing year. Braint yw cael rhannu eich cariad at y wlad arbennig hon. It has given me great pleasure to see my son's relationship with this special land continue, including returning only this week to Anglesey and Ynys Môn, a place which I know means so much to him. So it is with countless special memories and particular pride that I am able to join you as we reflect upon the last quarter century of the history we have shared, and which you, in your work in this Senedd, have the great responsibility of making. In 1999, when the National Assembly for Wales was established, we could not know what lay ahead, but we trusted that the common desire for the welfare of the people of Wales would be the surest guide for those who would create, shape, and develop this new national institution. Looking back at the distance travelled since then, I hope you can feel a real sense of pride in the respect that has been earned and in the contribution that has been made to the lives of so many. Welsh minds have indeed been directed to Welsh matters, and the distinct voice of Wales is heard with clarity and purpose. Edrych yn ôl ar y daith hyd yn hyn, edrych yn ymlaen at y daith sydd I ddod. Now, of course, a parliament would not be worthy of the name were there not differences of opinion. But it is a tribute to that spirit of community, so evident to all who love Wales, as we do, that this has been managed with an inclusivity which the very shape of this chamber symbolises, and with a respectful recognition that there are many different ways to love and serve one's country. And what a country you have to serve. What a unique mosaic of places, landscapes, and cultures is entrusted to your care. O Vaughan I Vanwy. From Carrigiby to Cardiff Bay, with all the myriad of communities in between, urban and rural, in all their complex diversity. Y mae, os ga I ddweud, yn dda iawn I weld bod y Senedd yn defnyddio'r iaith Gymraeg gymaint. Nid fel symbol yn unig, ond fel hanfod. Gorau anradydd defnydd. Over the last 25 years, the Senedd has become more than a symbol. It has become essential to the life of Wales. And as we look back over the last quarter century and the long journey of our history, I offer you my heartfelt congratulations, llongyfarchiadau mawr, on all you have achieved. We now look forward to the tasks that we face in the next quarter century, not least the challenge we all share as inhabitants of this threatened planet, a challenge which I know you are seeking to meet with energy and determination. A great milestone has been reached. There are many more ahead, but you do not travel alone. The strength, resilience, and aspiration of the Welsh people will help to sustain you. You take with you the goodwill and support of all who have the interests of Wales at heart. They will be equal to any task. And with those interests in mind, I pray that in the years to come, you will achieve even more, overcome even more challenges, and find even more causes for celebration. Diolch o galon.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty, for your powerful words in both our languages, and thank you to both of you for joining us here today. Dyna ddiweddar yn gwaith ni yma heddiw, a proceedings are now at a close. Diolch o galon I bawb.